Hello all. So this week's video is a little bit different than normal. Rather than just doing a Bible study, I will be doing a bit of a weekly homemaking routine, but I'm also going to be doing some prep for fall. It's a laundry day. It's the day that if I need to wash any curtains or dog blankets, that type of thing, just extra linens aside from like weekly towel usage. I will wash those on Wednesdays, as well as like the bath mat in our bathroom. I do that every couple of weeks as long as the weather is good so that I can dry it outside, and then it's just a normal laundry day. But today I've also been doing some chicken broth prep. I've also been starting my seasonal clean of the kitchen, which today has entailed deep cleaning the pantry, which was an experience. The vegetable oil leaked on the bottom, and so it took forever and a day to clean the bottom shelf, but it's clean enough now. It's not perfect, but I can't get it any better right now, so that's what it's gonna have to be. But yeah, so this video is just gonna be kind of weekly cleaning routine, like I said, or weekly homemaking routine, but that involves a lot of cleaning and a lot of dishes. But yeah, and I guess one thing going into this that I want to say is, like, I don't have kids. We have 2 dogs and a cat and chickens, but that does not count as children. So obviously if you have kids, this is not necessarily going to be a routine that works for you. And also my husband's work schedule is a little wonky. He works Wednesday through Saturday, so I condense the majority of my homemaking to those 4 days, which if your spouse works a regular Monday to Friday, or if you also are working a Monday through Friday, like, obviously you can adjust the days as needed. But this is what's worked for me, and so I figured I would share. I also, just as daily things, I always make the bed. I don't even know how long I've been doing that. I've been doing that forever. As well as just dishes are a daily thing for us because we don't have a dishwasher, so I am the dishwasher. And then I also typically will vacuum. Like, the goal is every day, sometimes every other day, because we do have three pets that shed a lot, and I also shed a lot having longer hair. But yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you guys have any questions as far as recipes and things go, feel free to let me know and I can fill you in on what's happening. And if it's some recipes I just kind of wing, like tonight's dinner, it's a recipe that I wing. But yeah, anyways, I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I hope that this inspires you guys with your homemaking. But like I said, I'm filming this later in the day, so I'm going to play the B-roll of what we've been up to. We, meaning you and my camera, me and my camera, which is you guys. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this week's video. Sorry, my camera cut off while I was putting some of the stuff back in here, but So this is our baking shelf. This is pretty much all of the baking supplies. And like, it's not perfect. It's like kind of messy back there, but you know what? It's good enough for what it's for, and everything's fresh and clean. And then I put all of our excess canning jars that have not yet to be used up here. And there are still some left in this box, but I'm gonna make chicken broth today. So like, hopefully that will all be taken up from broth. And then this is just vanilla extract, if you're wondering what this weird bottle is. I've never made it before, but I figured I'd give it a shot. And originally I didn't have any canning stuff up here, so I'm hoping that I can find a spot for these things in the bottom part of the pantry. But yeah, this is what we're working with for now. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure where it cut off, but I will get to work on this bottom part and see you in a little bit. So, random shout out to H2O at Homes. I think they're called chiffonettes. I don't know. My mom got them for me. But there is like remnants of vegetable oil in the bottom part of the pantry. Also, I know the vegetable oil isn't good for you. I'm transitioning away from that. Anyways, but there's remnants of vegetable oil on the bottom of the pantry, and I've been scrubbing at it for like, I think probably like 20 minutes with no difference, using like anything I could think of, like, you know, regular spray cleaner, adding in dish soap because it's oil, trying to think that would work. And this thing with just water is the only thing I can use to act, it's actually showing an improvement. So shout out to H2O at Home. They're pretty great. Not sponsored, but woohoo. Anyways, gonna get back to this. So, one final update before I let my camera battery charge because it's dying. I organized this bottom part of the pantry. Not perfect, but it works. Ooh, almost dropped my camera. So, this stuff is potatoes. Back there is grocery, or like the Ziploc bags and pasta and stuff. But I'm using some of these potatoes this week, so the bags will be out of there. Then this is more like pantry. Like cornmeal, dried soups, that type of thing. Baking extra, like cleaning baking soda, oats, rice, peanut butter, jam is back there too. Then we have canned goods, so canned chicken, canned zucchini, tomato stuff, then like mac and cheese, that type of thing. More canned goods here, and then this is just where the big stuff goes. That's our big like bulk thing of brown sugar that I need to refill, obviously. But yeah, so that's where we're at. gonna try and do some talking in this clip, and if it doesn't work out, that is okay. But this is chicken broth and just getting all of the parts out of it. Parts of this is gonna go to our chickens, but I just want to come on and, like I said, try and talk. The audio and this clip might not work because I have some oregano dehydrating right behind where the camera is at. But anyways, I just wanted to say that if any of you guys are watching this, just know that if you want to be a homemaker, you can do it, and if you want to do homesteading, you can do it, and it all takes time. It's all going to be a bit of a learning experience, and that's perfectly all right, and it's, I think, to be expected. And a lot of times, at least for me, I don't process how much of a learning experience things are going to be until I'm in the middle of them, and I'm frustrated that I'm not learning whatever it is faster. But just go into things knowing that it's okay if you're not amazing at it right away. Like, my husband and I both have never done meat chickens ourselves, and we decided this year that, you know what, like, let's try and do it. Let's see if we can, and if we can, cool. If not, at least we can say we tried. And as a result, we have a lot of chicken, which is nice. And we've been making lots and lots and lots of chicken broth this year, which is also really nice. And that is why I am canning it, because we have done freezing in glass jars, we've done freezing in bags, but my problem is I will typically want to use it on a night where that worked. I'm in a rush and I'm in a hurry, and I don't necessarily have the time to wait for it to defrost. So I figured that canning would not be a bad idea. I have no idea where I'm going with any of this. Just don't be afraid to try new things when it comes to your homemaking and or homesteading. One example I have of that is with chickens. You know, we have a lot of chicken gizzards when we process after we butcher, and we tried gizzard for the first time, and we didn't like it. So no, well, that was smooth. We weren't big fans, but that's why I'm pulling some aside to potentially give to our dogs. I need to Google if that's okay to do, but because yeah, last time neither of us enjoyed the gizzard all that much, and that's okay, but it works good for broth, and that is where gizzards are going now for us. This is, oh, there's another gizzard. Okay. Just don't be afraid to try new things in your homemaking, because who knows, you might try something new and end up loving it. Like I said, we've never done chickens before, so we've been doing that this year, and we've been really enjoying it. And honestly, chickens are really easy. We've been doing both egg and meat chickens. Our egg layers are not quite laying yet, but soon, we hope. They're almost to that age. Maybe they are now, I don't know. But just don't be afraid to try new things in your homemaking, because even if you mess up, at least you tried, and oftentimes trial and error is the only way you're going to be able to become better at something, so you may as well. And there we go, we have some hearty chicken broth, and then those are some chicken gizzards. I'm gonna see if it's all right for us to feed them to the dogs, so I need to consult the internet for that. But yeah, this is, I think there was only one carcass. For those of you who have never made your own chicken broth, it's really easy. Basically what we do is after we cook a whole chicken, we'll freeze carcasses until we get like, you can fit 3 in a gallon size freezer bag. So either 2 or 3, depending on if there were other like guts in the bag, because since we do butcher our own, we save like the necks, the gizzards, the liver, the heart, all of that jazz, and toss that in broth as well. So sometimes the bags are mixed with carcasses and other organs. Anyways though, so what you do, if you want to do it the easy way, I did it kind of the slower way today where you do it on the stove top, but if you're doing it in your Instant Pot, just throw in a whole chicken carcass after you've eaten the chicken off of it, or process the chicken off of it with whatever organs you have. So if you're buying chicken from the store, that stuff that's on the inside of the whole chicken, pull that, stick it in the Instant Pot with your chicken carcass. And then just throw in some vegetables. I usually do onions, carrots, and celery, but you can do other stuff as well, I suppose. And then if you want to do some seasonings aside from salt and pepper, you can throw in bay leaves, you can throw in oregano, that type of thing, whatever you like in your chicken broth. And then you just, in the Instant Pot, do it for about an hour. That should be enough time on high pressure. If you're doing it on the stovetop, you put it in water too. You also put it in water. If you're doing it in the Instant Pot, do like roughly 2 quarts, however much it takes to cover up the bones and everything. If you're doing it on the stovetop, I usually just fill up my pot as full as it will fill. As full as it will fill. There we go. And then in the Instant Pot, do it for an hour. On the stove, you can do it for 2 hours or longer if you want it to be more hearty broth. Like, you'll get less out of it, but it'll be more flavorful. And then, yeah. But I'm going to try and can this today, but after you make the broth, if you're doing it at home and you haven't done it before, you want to let it cool enough that the fat solidifies and rises to the top. Then you can skim the fat off, toss it in the trash, and then you can either can, freeze, however you're going to preserve it, but yeah, or just use it right away.
So dinner tonight is pretty simple. It's just some leftover sausage and leftover chicken that we had, as well as a can of chicken to add a little bit more meat. Bell peppers, onion, carrots, what else? I put in some of the Bob's Red Mill vegetable soup mix and some rice and some chicken broth and then some water and some chicken bouillon because I'm canning the other broth that I made today. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's homemaking routine. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!